Good morning, children. I welcome you all to online session of K-Tech High School and Junior College. Today in our English session, children, we are going to do a poem, The Pilgrim Anonymous, from your Bal Bharti. I hope you all have your textbook with you all. And this is the poem we are going to do, The Pilgrim 1.3, that is. Now, before we start the poem, let us know some facts about the poem. That is, who wrote the poem, right? And about the poet. Now, children, the origin of this poem and the poet is not clear. That means who has written the poem? Instead of the name of the poet, it is written as what, children? Anonymous. That is, the name of the poet is unknown. Now, as the origin is not clear, it was known to be a builder. The poem name was Builder in 1900. Then it was named as Bridge Builder. But since its publication, means after it was published, this poem became fairly popular and this poem came to be known as The Pilgrim. That is what it was often quoted within the fraternal organization and used as a moral lesson to learn. Now, the theme of this poem, children, that means this masterpiece, is hard work, perseverance, confidence, and generosity. Means the theme means the poet through this poem is teaching us to work hard, selflessly, continuously, confidently, and generously for the people around you. And the message that the poet wanted to give us all, that you must work hard for future and for the betterment around you, those around you, means the people. It means you should be very, very helpful to all. Now, in this poem, children, you are going to learn much more things and many more lessons while we will be doing this poem. Now, let me tell you something in short about this poem. What is this poem about? Now, the poem is very heart touching. It touches our heart. It is about an old man who is walking down the lonely path on a cold grey evening. He reaches deep and wide chasm. Chasm is ravine or a valley, or you not. I would not say valley, but a chasm is a gap between two mountains, which may look like a valley, but under which the river flows. The old man crosses the chasm in the dusk. Now, dusk is a time soon after the sunset. Means there is still some twilight dark. Means you can see little light. It's not completely dark. He is experienced as and is not scared of it. But when he reaches the other side, he stops and builds a bridge over the ravine. That is chasm, or you can say the gap, or we can say where the river which flows between the small stream or river that flows between two mountains, right from the valley. That valley, I think that valley, it will create what? Mental picture in your mind. This, the traveler wonders. Now, there is one another traveler who wonders why this old man is wasting his time constructing the bridge, because his trip is over and he is never going to go that way again. Now, children, in this two lines, there is a hidden meaning, but I will be explaining you in later part what does it mean. as it is too late in the evening. Now, the pilgrim children who is building the bridge, he lifts his head to answer his fellow men and says that there is a young fair-haired youth behind who is going to follow his footsteps and who will be here soon, who is not experienced like him and will be or was afraid of this ravine. And when he will be crossing this ravine, he will be scared and there might be a pitfall for him. So the old man said that I am building or constructing this bridge to help that young man. This is the central idea, or you can say I have told you a short summary of the poem. Now, before we start explanation of the poem, what we do is warming up exercise. Now, this warming up exercise, what does it do? It helps you to understand the poem or a lesson well. It is partly connected with the lesson or a poem. Now, question number 1. Make a group and discuss the following. Now, this is supposed to be a group activity, children. But as we are having a virtual class, this is not possible. So, there are 4 questions which is there in your warming up exercise. That is, what fatal dangers, problems that mankind faced centuries ago but are no longer a threat today? B. Name a few scientists, explorers, social reformers, inventors, discoverers who spent most of their lives to find solution to some major problems, setbacks that mankind faced. Did they themselves suffer from those problems and setbacks? And what inspired them to spend the best part of their life to research and share their findings? Question number 2, children, it's something about figures of speech uh, that is omitted for you all. Now, the 4 answers I have brought for you. What are the fatal dangers, problems that mankind faced centuries ago but are no longer a threat today? That means, बहुत साल पहले, what were the dangers that mankind faced? And today, we are not scared of those dangers. Now, let's see what it is. Centuries ago, travelers did not have modern amenities like traveling in vehicles, knowing about weather in advance, and other protective gears. They had to travel on foot without the knowledge of changing weather. The other danger would be animals' attack, as the earth was covered with dense forests everywhere. But the most fatal of them was incurable disease like tuberculosis and cholera. Now, here, what does it mean? Centuries means many, many years ago. People did not had facilities, modern facilities, when they were traveling. They were they had to go on foot from one place to another. People now, children use vehicles after the invention of wheels. Then came, when wheels were invented, bullock carts, then cars, and now we fly in the air, right? Now, formerly, people, when they used to go on foot, they didn't knew what will be the condition of weather, because weather is a day-to-day condition, right? Sometimes stormy, sometimes rain, sometimes windy. But today we can forecast weather. In a meteorological department, if there is any cyclone or storm coming up, we get to know that we have to be in home because we are going to face certain cyclones or winds. And another danger was attacks of wild animals. As there were lots of forests centuries ago, there were no buildings, so lots of forests. So the animals would come out of the forest, attack people. So that is also very dangerous. I think it was very dangerous, right? Because when the people used to go from one place to another on foot, they had to cross the forest. So animal attack was one of the danger, and the most fatal was the incurable disease tuberculosis and cholera. Now, do we are we scared of tuberculosis and cholera today? No, because they are curable. We have found cure for this disease. We have found cure for even deadly disease like cancer and AIDS, right? So we are not scared because of lot of scientific inventions. Now you understood what it is trying to tell us? Now name the few scientists, explorers, social reformers, inventors, discoverers who spent most of their lives to find solution to some major problems, setbacks that mankind faced. Now, there were some people who dedicated their life in finding cure for these dangers. Name them. Albert Einstein was a great physicist and mathematician who gave the theory of relativity. Now you will have this relativity theory in your physics. Explorer Christopher Columbus explored America. Social reformer Mahatma Gandhi brought freedom from British rule in India. Inventor Thomas Alva Edison invented light bulb. Now, if he had not invented light bulb, we would not be having tube lights and bulb in our house. So, isn't it a great invention? Roger Bacon discovered magnifying glass, and Wright brothers, I tell you, invented aeroplane. When they saw the birds flying, it gave them the idea that they can construct a machine which can fly. There are many more inventions. I've given you few over here. You can find out on net. See, did they themselves suffer from those problems and setbacks? Yes, they did suffer problems and setbacks, but they strived hard, means they worked hard to find solution to these problems. What inspired them to spend the best part of their life to research and share their findings? Perseverance. Now, you all know the meaning of perseverance. I may ask you, what is it? Selfless, dedicated work towards mankind to help others may have inspired them to spend the best part of their life to research and share their findings. Now, I want you all to read the poem with me, A Pilgrim. That is a poem. Let's get started. Before I do explanation, children, a pilgrim going lone highway came at evening cold and grey to chasm deep and vast and wide. The old man crossed in twilight dim. The chasm held no fear for him, but he paused when he reached the other side and built a bridge to spend the tide. Old man, said the fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? Your journey ends with close of the day. You never again will pass this way. You have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build your here at even tide? Now, children, the third paragraph we switch on to. The pilgrim raised his old grey head. My friend, in the path I have come, he said. There followed after me today, a fair-haired youth who must pass this way. The chasm which held no fears for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. He too must cross in twilight dime. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. Right? Now, let's start with a explanation. A pilgrim going lone highway means alone. He is going alone. You can see in the picture, he is traveling alone on the highway, right? Nobody is there with him at present. But then somebody will join him, right? And why do we call this man a pilgrim? He is going. Now, pilgrim is where, when we visit our religious places like Ajmer Sharif, Mecca, Medina, right? And Hindus go with to Char Dham Yatra, Vaishnav Devi, very difficult. So, normally, when do people go to these places, children? When they grow little old, when they retire from their life and they have a responsible children. So, that time when they are free, they have lots of time, they decide to spend some time in presence of God. So they go to these places. So the pilgrim is going alone highway, right? Now, as his going children came at evening. Now, when he was just walking and walking, it was almost an evening time. That is, the sun had already set in. The clouds were gray, dark gray color, cold. It was really cold during that period of time. Night time is normally cold, right? So came at evening, which was cold and gray. So the poet is describing the evening as gray, which means it was cold, cloudy, and late evening. Now at that time, where does he reach? He came to the chasm, deep, vast, and wide. Now, the chasm, I told you, a gap between the two mountains, or an earth, or you can say a ravine, or whatever you can say. I can, the easy word I can tell you, it's not actually valley, but the valley you can understand very well. Now, the old man was able to cross it, even though it was twilight. Twilight means a little light when there is after even a sunset, that is a dusk time. Now, this traveler, children, was an experience. Yes, he had experienced many things in his life and was able to pass this chasm. But even though he crossed the chasm, children, what does he do? Let's see what he does. He crossed it. The old man crossed in twilight dying. The chasm held no fear. Now he was not at all scared. He had already crossed. See, you can see that small stream of river flowing. Yes. But what did he do? He paused when he reached the other side. Now, why did he pause? Let's see. And built a bridge to span the tide. And he started doing what? Building or constructing a bridge across this chasm. Now, why did he do that? To span the tide. उसको क्या जरूरत थी? I will explain you the hidden meaning much later, children. Here we are doing the explanations of line. But if you are smart enough, you will understand what I'm talking about. Now, there is another man. What does it tells the fellow pilgrim? There is a fellow pilgrim, right? Old man said the fellow pilgrim near, why waste your time in building here? There is another pilgrim who joins the pilgrim, and that we call as a fellow pilgrim. He says, "Why are you wasting your time in building a bridge? Your journey ends with the close of the day." Means you have already crossed the chasm, your journey is ended, and you will never again pass this way. So you have crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build you here at eventide? Now, your children, I'll tell you what is the hidden meaning of the poem. Now, if you go back, what is the fellow pilgrim telling? Why are you building a bridge here? Your journey ends with a close of day. Means now this has a hidden meaning. If you understand the lines very well, means your journey means now you are already old. Very soon you are going to depart from this world, right? And you will never be able to go back again. You will never pass this way. Can an old person become young again? No. So then that is why he's telling that for whom you are doing such a hard work? You have already overcome all the difficulties of your life. Now, for whom you are working, that means for whom you are building this bridge. As it is already dark, means in his life there is darkness, means that pilgrim has become old. That means it is a darkness, right? It is a close of the day, means very soon your life will end, right? You have crossed the chasm, means you have overcome all the difficulties in your life, deep and wide. That is many difficulties which were very tough ones. So why build your year event time? That means why are you building the bridge? That means what? Why are you working so hard even at this age? Got it, children? Now the pilgrim raised his old grey head. "My friend, in the part I have come," he said. Now this pilgrim who was very busy working, he lifts his head and tells his fellow pilgrim that, "My friend, the path I have come," means जिस रास्ते से मैं गुजरा हूं, right? "The fellow after me today," means there is somebody who is going to follow. Followed means person who follows the footstep. Is a haired, fair-headed, haired, Hairded, means a young fellow, a youth, a young man who will also pass this way. मीन्स वो उसको भी जिंदगी की कठिनाई को सामना करना पड़ेगा, राइट? मैंने तो पार कर ली मेरी जिंदगी कठिनाई, मतलब मेरी जो कठिनाई थी, इट वाज लाइक अ डीप चैज़म। मैंने बहुत मुश्किल से उसको पार कर दी। आई हैव ओवरकम, क्रॉस द रेवाइन, बट देयर इज ऑल्सो अ fair-headed youth who must pass this way. The chasm which held no fear for me, to the fair-haired youth may a pitfall be. मैंने तो पार कर दी, मैं उससे डरा नहीं, मैंने बहुत बहादुरी से अपनी हर मुसीबतों का सामना किया. That means what is the hidden meaning? He is really not crossing the bridge. He is talking about the different phases of life where he faced different difficulties. He says that I have already crossed this chasm, I have no fear. But for the fair-haired youth, means that a young fellow, he may get trapped. Pitfall means trapped in this chasm. means he may not be able to face or overcome difficulties. He may be little frustrated, or he may be scared, in fact, frightened of crossing. Means he will be scared what to do, right? He may find it difficulties. He too must cross in the twilight time. Means that fair-headed youth will also get old. Means he also have to cross this chasm in twilight beam. Means as he gets old, he also has to pass this ravine. My friend, I am building this bridge for him. So the pilgrim is telling, I am building this bridge for that fair-headed youth so that he can cross easily. Means I don't want him to face the difficulties of life the way I have faced. Hmm? Now you understood what is this poem about, children? That means, what does it tells you? Yes, we must what to do? We must work hard with perseverance, generosity for the betterment of others. We must clear the path for the youth, means आने वाली नस्ल के लिए, youngsters, because they might face difficulties, but it is the duty of the experienced people to clear that difficulties for them, to make a clear path for them so that they do not face the same difficulties. Now, what I can give you a very sweet example, children. What are your parents doing, children? They are they are experienced, right? What they always keep on thinking, that my children should not face the difficulties the way we are facing. They want you all to have the best life, right? They are working hard for you continuously, right? Because they do not want that my child should face difficulties in life the way we have faced. So, the same thing the pilgrim is doing for new youth or new generation who is going to follow him. Now, children, let's start with an in-text question which is in the blue frame. That is an in-text question. What did the pilgrim do although he had crossed the chasm? Although he had already crossed the chasm, the pilgrim began building a bridge over it. What puzzled the fellow pilgrim? The fellow pilgrim could not understand why the pilgrim was building a bridge although he had crossed it. He may not live to cross it again. Who was the third pilgrim? The third pilgrim was a fair-haired youth who was traveling the same path. Now, English workshop in your textbook, children, page number 14. Now, this is a verb. I keep on giving you lots of verb. Why? Because it's very important. Now, pick out the words from the poem to fill in the verb diagram. They would be related to the theme in the verb travel, and the another one is the time around sunset. So the travel, I have given you highway, pathway, journey. You can also write alone, cold and gray, right? Any. Evening time, time around sunset, evening, twilight, close of the day, event time. Now, the entire children poem is metaphorical, means comparison, indirect comparison. What is the indirect comparison? There is an indirect comparison between experienced person who is talking about his difficulties, which is comparing, that means a bridge which is constructing is compared to the what? The difficulties he has faced. Indirect comparison. So the answer over here, children, pilgrim is a dutiful man, right? Journey, life he is talking about. Evening or close of the day, old age, right? Chasm, deep and wide, threats of life. Building a bridge, solving problems. Getting rid of the threats of life, you can say. Pitfall, trap. Close of the day, death. Means that pilgrim is soon going to die. He's grown old. So the fellow pilgrim is telling, why are you building? He's saying, I'm building a bridge for the youth, means the coming generation, because he may find it difficult to cross this chasm. That means he will find many problems. Now, answer in your own words, children. That is question number B. Okay, question number A, it's later on, children. Why did the old man have no need to build a bridge across the chasm? These are only question answers, children. So A is what you have to write. I'll be doing it later part. Why did the old man have no need to build a bridge across the chasm? The old man had already crossed the chasm and probably would never pass that way again. So he had no need to build the bridge across the chasm. What explanation did he give to the fellow pilgrim for his thoughtful deed? The old pilgrim explained that the youth who was traveling the same path will soon reach this chasm and in a dim twilight may not be able to judge the depth of the chasm and being inexperienced may fall to his death, and therefore he was building a bridge for him. Question number C, that is of 3B, I'm talking, children. The message, what message does the poem convey to all of us? The message that the poem conveys to us is that one has to be unselfish and generous towards our fellow men. The poem also conveys the message that the people who have gained experience and achieved success should help those who are inexperienced. Now, these are additional questions. Complete the following very short ones, children, which is very also important. Although he had crossed the chasm, the pilgrim paused and built a bridge across the waters. Old pilgrim bridged a bill to help the inexperienced youth who was following the same path. Now these are complex but little uh, more important, children, very much. I would say that this is the things in English you're going to get simple, factual, complex. So these are little complex ones. The fellow pilgrim was puzzled. Why? Give reason it is, right? So the old pilgrim had already crossed the chasm and would never pass that way again. Yet he was building the bridge across the chasm. The fellow pilgrim could not understand the reason for this and was hence puzzled. Who and that is number B, I'm talking about what? Who could be the third pilgrim? Young, inexperienced, fair haired youth. Now, 3A, I have put up last, children, for you all. I wanted to explain you in detail this, so I put it last, children. Read the poem, right? Three qualities of each: old pilgrim, fellow pilgrim, and young pilgrim, right? Now, what do you know, children, about the old pilgrim? He was old, experienced, and helpful, right? That is why he was building a bridge. The fellow pilgrim was curious, puzzled, and thoughtless. He was little selfish, I can say, right? He is telling that old pilgrim, why are you working so hard? Let the young break their own heads, right? Why are you doing? Your journey has come to an end with this end of day. Means you are already old now. How much are you going to work? And the young pilgrim is young, frightened, and inexperienced. Children. That's all for the day. I hope you all understood the poem very well, right? And what are you also going to do? You are going to clear the path for the new generation when you grow up. That is your children. Thank you all. Stay connected, children.